Walking into a hotel with only $50 in your pocket. No one knows who you really are. But 40 minutes later, that $50 will connect you to something most people spend their entire lives chasing. Luxury beyond imagination. Stay until the end, because the luxury hidden in this story is something you would never expect. It all begins with just $50. Not 100, not 1,000. Just a crumpled bill in the pocket of a traveler who looks like any one of us. He isn't staying in a grand suite. Hungry, tired, and holding on to the last of his money. $50. Enough for a taxi ride across town. Enough for a meal that won't fill him, but will keep him going. Maybe, just maybe, enough for the cheapest room in a hotel where no one even remembers your name. He walks with no rush, no bodyguards, no attention. Nobody in the lobby looks twice. Nobody at the cafe stops to stare. Because why would they? To the world, he's ordinary. But here's the question. How could $50, the same bill you and I might waste on takeout or fuel, lead to something extraordinary? At this moment, everything looks normal. The city is alive. The streetlights glow. The clinking of glasses in restaurants echo through the night. And yet, somewhere hidden in this ordinary beginning, a spark waits. A spark that will connect 50 simple dollars to the kind of luxury people dream about. The night continues. The traveler moves through the quiet hotel lobby. At first, nothing seems unusual. A receptionist types lazily. A bell echoes from the elevator. The world is still ordinary until something shifts. From the corner of their eye, they notice a man checking in. Not just any man. His suit is cut too sharply. The fabric almost glows under the lights. A small movement of his wrist reveals gold cufflinks, gleaming like they don't belong in a budget hotel. At a nearby table, a waiter carries a tray, but the dish is plated too perfectly, as if it were meant for a Michelin-starred restaurant. Every garnish, every drizzle of sauce, immaculate. Too much elegance for a place that barely offers sandwiches. Outside, a driver pulls up to the curb. The car looks plain at first, until the door opens. A faint fragrance drifts through the air, rare, unmistakable, the kind of perfume that costs more than a month's rent. The driver's route seems strange, not toward the main road, but toward a narrow, hidden street. The ordinary atmosphere now feels uneasy. The hum of the lobby fades. The sound of a ticking clock grows louder. Our traveler wonders, why would something so luxurious appear in a place like this? The traveler shifts uneasily, their $50 bill folded tightly in their hand. Suddenly, the receptionist looks up, eyes widening for a brief second, as if recognizing them. A guest nearby waves and says, "Ah, you finally made it. We've been waiting." Confused, the traveler hesitates, but the staff steps aside, guiding them toward a private dining room. Inside, everything feels surreal. Velvet chairs, crystal glasses, candlelight flickering on silver cutlery. A table that looks like it belongs in a palace, not in a budget hotel. For a moment, they think about turning back. This isn't for them. But then, an invitation comes, silent yet irresistible. A man in the corner raises a glass and nods. "Please, join us." It doesn't make sense. One wrong step, one mistaken identity, and suddenly, they're seated where only the powerful belong. The $50 in their pocket now feels less like survival and more like a ticket. But to what? The traveler takes a hesitant seat at the grand table. A waiter appears instantly. placing a dish in front of them. Not a sandwich, not soup, but a plate so carefully crafted it looks like art. A drizzle of sauce glitters under the candlelight. Every bite melts with flavors they've never tasted before. They glance around, unsure if they belong here, yet no one questions them. In fact, it feels as if everyone already expected them. After dinner, another twist. One of the suited guests gestures toward the exit, where a sleek black car waits. The driver opens the door without a word, as though it's meant for the traveler. For a moment, they resist. But curiosity wins. The seat swallows them in soft leather. The city lights blur past the tinted glass. It's not just a ride. It feels like crossing into another world. The car stops, but not at the hotel entrance. Instead, a quiet side passage. A door opens, leading into a room the traveler never could have imagined. Inside, shelves lined with rare bottles, paintings worth fortunes, objects of beauty collected from around the world. It's overwhelming, an entire universe of luxury hidden behind an unmarked door. This wasn't luck. The traveler knew, deep down, something bigger was happening. And it all started with $50. The traveler stands frozen in the hidden room, surrounded by wealth that doesn't make sense. Crystal decanters shimmer. A painting on the wall could pay for an entire year's rent. Yet somehow, no one questions their presence. Then it happens. A folded envelope slides across the table. No sender, no explanation, just their name written in flawless handwriting. Inside, a card embossed with gold, the kind you'd only see at an exclusive gala or secret society. The words are simple but impossible to ignore. You're invited. Tonight, midnight. Before they can react, a phone on the table buzzes. A voice, calm, confident, unmistakably powerful, says, "Follow the driver. Don't be late." Then the line cuts. The traveler grips the $50 in their pocket tighter than ever. It feels almost laughable. $50 can barely buy a train ticket back home, yet here they are, standing where billionaires belong. The driver gestures again, this time toward a door hidden behind velvet curtains. Beyond it, a staircase leading down, not up. Every instinct told them to walk away. But this was no accident. The invitation wasn't for just anyone. It was for them. And once you stepped into a world like this, there's no turning back. The traveler follows the staircase into a chamber lit by soft golden light. At the center sits a figure of unmistakable presence. Tailored suit, calm eyes, the kind of authority that doesn't need to be announced. Without introduction, the figure slides an object across the table, a sealed box. Inside is an opportunity, but it comes at a price. The traveler swallows hard. What price? The figure leans forward, voice steady. $50. Everything you have. The words hit like a hammer. That single bill was their safety net. A room for the night. A meal to get through tomorrow. Around them, silence grows heavy. The ticking clock returns. Every second feels like a test. Finally, hands trembling, they place the crumpled bill on the table. The figure studies them for a long moment, then smiles. It wasn't about the money. It was about the choice. In that instant, the traveler proved they were willing to risk comfort for the unknown. And in this world, that's the only key that matters. The figure takes the crumpled $50, unfolds it slowly, and slips it into the sealed box. With a quiet click, the lid opens, revealing not money, but a golden envelope, gleaming as though it had been waiting there all along. Inside, a letter written in elegant script. No names, no titles. Only a single line. Welcome, you've been chosen. The traveler's pulse quickens. Chosen for what? The figure gestures toward a hidden door. Beyond it lies a room unlike anything they've ever seen. Walls lined with velvet, chandeliers glittering overhead, and a small crowd gathered in silence. An auction, but not like any ordinary one. The items on display aren't paintings or jewelry. They're experiences, access, memberships to a world closed off from the public. On a side table, another detail catches the traveler's eye, a simple hotel receipt. But when lifted to the light, embossed patterns shimmer across the paper, revealing yet another invitation hidden in plain sight. Narration rises. The $50 was never just money. It was a key, a test, a doorway into a luxury world most people never even know exists. And somehow, against all odds, the traveler had unlocked it. The golden invitation is accepted. The traveler is guided to another door, this one opening not into shadows, but into brilliance. First, a sleek car gleams under soft spotlights. Not just any car, a one-of-a-kind million-dollar machine. The driver bows, handing the traveler the keys. For you, tonight. The engine roars to life, and the traveler feels power unlike anything they've ever known. But the journey doesn't end there. At the hotel's highest floor, a private elevator opens to reveal a suite hidden from the public eye. Crystal chandeliers, gold-lined mirrors, a panoramic view of the city stretching endlessly beneath them. A room so exclusive, even celebrities would never know it exists. And finally, the real secret. A discreet host hands them a card. Black, weighty, engraved in silver. Membership confirmed. This isn't just a room or a car. It's entry into a circle of untouchable luxury. A world where every door opens, every wish is catered to, every moment feels impossible. The traveler stares at the card, still unable to believe it. Hours ago, they were clutching $50, desperate to survive. Now, they are standing in a place where survival has been replaced by absolute abundance. Final narration. It all began with a single bill. Not millions, not fame, not fortune. Just $50. And from that ordinary choice came access to an extraordinary world. Sometimes, luxury isn't bought with money. It's unlocked with the courage to step through the right door.